Okay, so categories and elements. That actually is a little more abstract, and I understand that you might not be comfortable with it in the beginning, but it's very crucial that you understand the concept. An element is like a tree, and a category is all the trees. And it doesn't matter if you have different type of trees, let's say 3D. This is one type of tree, this is another type, but they're all the same category, even if they're different trees. I want to hide the category of trees. You select one, you can right-click, hide in view, category. But you can also select and use this guy. Remember the glasses? This is the same as right-clicking, hide category. So I'm going to do it by right-clicking, hide category, and it's going to hide all the trees. Control C, select, right-click, hide element. I only hide one tree that I have selected. You can see it's very different. Categories are found under View, Visibility, and Graphics. Now, I don't recommend that you learn where it is because you're going to go there 1,000 times. Shortcut VV, as in double victory, I don't know. This, as I said last class, is all the categories that exist within Revit. There's one list here, there's another list, another list, another list, another list. These are filters we'll see much later. You can check and uncheck, and that would mean the same as hiding a category. So I can go to trees, let's say T. I think it's actually not trees, it's something else. Let me do walls. I can uncheck walls, say OK, and all the walls will be hidden as categories, okay? Let me Control C that. Oh, that's funny detail. And select the wall, right-click, hide category. It hides all the walls and partitions. And let's go to Visibility and Graphics. Yes, all the types will be hidden. And if I go to walls, I never came here and checked it. By right-clicking and hiding the category of walls, it's the same as unchecking this category, okay? Let's do it again. Roofs. I'm going to do it by first going to Visibility and Graphics, R, Roof, and check. Uncheck, okay, unhidden. VV, the same. Floors. And here's a window that is floating, and you say, well, that's weird. The only way that this window exists is because there's a wall associated to it, okay? Now, if you don't know how to bring back all these ingredients, there's the Reveal option. Reveal is kind of tricky and confusing oftentimes, because if you click it, it shows in red. Actually, it's not red. It's like a weird magenta, or a weird purple, magenta, red, yellow. And it shows you everything that is hidden within your view. You can now select and right-click and unhide category if you want. If you click again on the light bulb, it's like if you haven't done anything. So it's just temporarily, it shows you the unhidden categories for you to select and unhide that category. That's an option. I like actually go to VV and say W and check on walls and, you know, unhide it that way, because that way I control better. But it's definitely faster to say Reveal, select the roof, right-click, unhide category. Either way is the same. Now again, if you are with this magenta, red, yellow, pink, I don't know what it is, it means that you're working on the Reveal option. It's not good to work that way, so just click there again and keep on working this way. If you want to see something that only under this option you're seeing, select it and unhide it. And then click on the light bulb again. Good. So VV again shows you everything. So it just becomes a a way of understanding what is the category of something. And that normally comes by selecting the object and checking here in the properties panel this little text right underneath the introduction property of types. If it says roof, that's the category of the element you selected. Let's see. If I select window, it says windows. That's the category. So if I go VB, W, windows, and uncheck, say OK, the window disappears, meaning it's hidden. And again, I'm going to unhide it the way that uses the light bulb. Click, select, right-click, unhide category. Click. OK? OK, a bit more of sheets management. I think it's important. And mainly, actually, I'm going to go to the printing, because I know people are having issues. If you go and double-click to the sheet, and let's say I want to crop this view, so probably you want to go to whatever elevation we have here. Let's pan that, and it tells you everything you have inside. Elevation east. So I go to the east elevation, and I start cropping this. I turn on the cropping view, select, take this down, take this down, take this down. Good. Turn off the cropping view. You can select the elevation, the levels, and move them so they fit nice. You can select the levels, sorry, the grids, move them up so they're cleaner. You can even move a little bit the sections. In the sections, I forgot to say that when you create a section and you select it, it gives you this information. This is the way that the amount of projection of the section that it has. So you will only see to that portion of that rectangle. So you normally want to cover the entire object that you want to visualize. No? Good. You probably want to select the grids. It's also taking them down. You can start dimensioning things, such as the grid from here to here. Is this from here to here to here? Is that from here to there? Snap. So all these dimensions, obviously, in construction documents, going to be quite necessary, if not forced to be done. No? Okay, we got it. Let's see. Cropping view. Let's get that. Turn it off. And I go back to the sheet. As you can see, by cropping, I make the view smaller. That means that now fits much better. So every view, the moment you place it in the sheet, needs always some management, meaning you need to hide elements, you need to really adjust your levels, your grids, you need to clean it up so it looks good, so you don't have other ingredients around, etc. Once you place it in, you have the title, and you have a little window that you can move wherever you want. To select the little line, and as I said last class, it's a little bit annoying, but you just select directly the line and move it. If you want to make it shorter, that's the thing. You select the window, and then you select the point and drag it there. Okay? This is extremely important information, and to change this, the scale comes automatically from the scale of the view. If you want to change the scale of the view, you have to go to that view, change the scale. If you want to change the east title, you have to right-click on east and rename it. If you say hello, it will change automatically the title.
You can change it there too, right?
Well, actually, no. You have to change the view.
What I meant, you can change it from right there.
Yeah, you can change it. Well, you just double-click and change it. So, another thing you can do, similar to other projects like AutoCAD in paper space, model space, is you can double-click on the view, and you enter momentarily the view itself. You can probably change some things if you want. I don't recommend working definitely from here. And in order to deactivate, you right-click, deactivate, and you get out of there, okay? I want to just do this example because I want to really make sure that everybody prints properly. You have one sheet, you can create as many as you want. How to print sheets, either 1 or 1,000. You go to Revit in the top, print, print. You want it under PDF. You want to select the views that you want to print. In this case, it's sheet A101 and name. You say OK. It always asks you if you want to save, because imagine you have 100 sheets and you check them. It takes you a little bit of a time, so you probably want to save that selection or not. I'm going to say no because I don't care. I only have one. Now it's very important that you always set up, meaning you set the printer properties correctly. Size of the paper. Now last class I think I made a mistake. I said arc D. That's why it was offset. It's actually ANSI D. That's why the problem came, no? And two things need to be checked. Offset from corner, no margins. Zoom, 100%, meaning don't do anything. It's funny that you have to do something to do nothing. It's weird. Now you can do portrait and landscape. We know it's landscape, so that's good. You say OK. Say OK. You save it. Things. If you have many sheets, remember you just take it easy. Now remember last class it had an offset and like it was center, but there's space. This is the way all your sheet at the end of the semester should look like. No offsets, no like a line in the middle with a big gap between the paper. They have to look perfect, okay? Obviously not with this title block, but with the one that I will give you to use, okay? This is an Autodesk Revit default one. Good. So there are many other things that obviously we can do, like call-outs. I said some people might want to put a call-out in their views. If you drag that, you can place a call-out and change the position of where the numbering is. A call-out is basically a little plan. It is automatically created in your floor plans. And if you double-click there, it's just in detail, meaning it jumps one level, actually two levels of scale. You can go back to the sheets and incorporate that call-out, and it will be with that scale. Okay. More things. Well, obviously sections. We can drag sections in with no problem by just selecting the section and place it in. Okay, you can drag in level 1. It's going to be very big, so I'm going to just place it here. It has trees, so we want to probably either crop it or hide by category, hide the elevation marks, so you get only the part that you really want. Every time you drag in something, you see how the callout is named as 2101, meaning the callout suddenly has a number 2 for title, and it knows that it's in the sheet 101. So now we have one sheet, but later on when we have 100, it's very important because it's calling you to that sheet that you have to go to see where that callout is made, okay? So this is very important. Other things, 3D views. You can create any view by right-clicking on the view and say duplicate view, and rename the view and say cool view. You can stay, for example, somewhere you think it's cool. You can place it as a consistent colors, keep it there, go back to your sheet and drag in your cool view. Now you probably want to obviously crop it. Remember the cropping, cool view. You turn on the cropping views and you crop it. So if you go back to the sheet, it is cropped. You can place it in your sheet, or you can change the scale, etc., etc. Okay? So that's set.